What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Getting to Know the Artist. I'm Wiggles, and the man next to me is Krenshaw,
What
and we're
up,
gonna get to
y'all?
know him. Uh, we had a big relic come stop by the chat ahead of
Oh,
time. I
really?
don't know if he's still in here. I appreciate you. Whoop whoop. Um, So yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and jump right into this interview. I hope you guys brought your questions and refreshments, and don't go nowhere. Smash that like button. Look at Shay hopping in the chat. What is up, homie? Whoop whoop. You've been ghosting me. I hope you went to the studio and recorded, but that's another day. Um, all right, man. So we're just gonna hop right into the first question, and that is, what is your name? Where was you born and raised, and where do you currently live now?
Well, my name's Krenshaw, and I was born and raised. So I was born in Alton, Illinois, which is just right across the bridge from St. Louis, Missouri. On a clear day, you can see the arch, no problem. But yeah, then I moved back and forth to this little country ass town uh, outside of Alton for a while. Then I moved back to my hometown, where I stay and reside now.
Okay.
Alton, little
I've
awesome thing about Alton for everybody knows out there. Alton's actually one of the most haunted river town in America. They actually did a two-part special on it on the ghost hunters and shit. So we got a lot of culture here. It's pretty cool, man. Um,
absolutely.
between the Indian culture too, with the Paisaw bird legends and Robert Wadlow, home of Miles Davis, the birthplace of Cool Baby. We got all kinds of good stuff here, So, and then you got me. So,
Yeah, absolutely. You have the world's largest man that came from there, the world's tallest man that came from
right.
there. Um, Crazy stuff. I think Too Short at one point. I don't know. Maybe that might be false narrative. I swear he was from around there. At any rate, folks, it's so crazy. I've never had an artist come on here that ironically was from what around where I was born. I was born in a town called Wood River, Illinois, which ain't far from Alton. And he's correct. On a clear
Well,
day, you absolutely can see the arch. It's a beautiful and it can be a beautiful environment. I haven't lived there in a while, so I don't know if that's really changed or not. But
I
that's
love it.
awesome.
Yeah, I absolutely love it here. I've grown just to have more and more appreciation for my home city. The older I grow, so
Nuisance one coming in. I just interviewed that homie. He's
oh, what up?
very talented. Thank you for coming back, bro, and showing some support to the next artist up on the panel. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
We
appreciate
got none
you.
other than Teasy Mac hopping in. That's right. What's up, y'all? We appreciate it. We're gonna jump on to the next question. Are you a juggalo? How long have you been down? And do you consider yourself a juggalo rapper? Because some artists don't like to be put in a box.
These are some of my favorite questions to answer. Actually, one, am I a juggalo? Absolutely. Two, you said when you was, when you become a juggalo. I mentioned this prior to you before we was talking. It's becoming. You don't just wake up one day like, put some face paint on, and be like, I'm gonna be a juggalo. It's just not how it happens. You're born that way. You know what I'm saying? It's embedded in your DNA. You may one day realize that you're a Jugalo. You know what I'm saying, and where you fit in. But you was always that way. That's just embedded in you, man. And, you are forever will be. So
Absolutely.
uh,
It
you know
just
what?
takes a little bit to discover it.
Yeah, absolutely. I discovered myself back in like '96, though, for real, man. My parents had got divorced, and my dad was out at the Gillespie projects, and all them little projects kids was bumping the Great Malenko, man. And that's the first shit I heard. It just had dropped then, and man, I was fucking hooked, bro. And coming in, funny story, man. Coming in during that era, during that day, man, it was not fucking like happy, friendly shit, dog. You told the motherfucker, like, yeah, I'm a juggalo. I came in during the Malenko era. They'd be like, you a fucking juff.
Right.
I swear to God, they would. They'd be like, nah, you a trender. You a fucking you one of these mainstream jugs. You ain't no real jug. I swear to God, bro. They bust the fucking shit out your balls, bro. I started lying to people, being like, "No, I came in during Riddle Box." just so motherfuckers wouldn't fuck with me, And then and then over time, that shit. That's only old school ninjas are gonna remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like the way of the past, and it's just crazy.
Absolutely. I
don't know.
I discovered, and I want to reflect back on the last part of that question, though. But I do want to say I discovered myself in 2002. I was like 12, 13, and my cousin Lindsay came home to stay with us for a while, and he had a great Malenko jersey on, and his hair spider braided, and we're like, what the fuck? And then it was a wrap from there, man. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
but
yeah.
To answer the last part of your question, do I consider myself a juggalo rapper? Nah, man, I don't. I don't even consider myself a rapper for real, dog. I consider myself a fucking artist and an entertainer. That's what I consider.
Absolutely.
I don't put myself in that box. You know what I'm saying? If I was to say I was a rapper, it just puts me to that category. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of other stuff too, man. I make music videos. I shoot and edit them myself. I have several up. I shot some for. I shot one, or I didn't shoot it. I edited one from Whack, which is a parody group. I do some features in with those guys. They're real fun to work with. You should check them out. And then I did I've done some for myself. They're kind of like horror movies and shit. They're all on my YouTube channels. And then I also did some for a rock band and stuff. So I got a whole bunch of different genres of type of music videos and stuff. I also mix and master all my own.
No kidding, one man band, huh? Singer, songwriter, mixer, master, producer.
Yeah, so I do make some of my own beats. I do. But that's the part like I get hung up on. I take entirely too fucking long making a beat. I can make a fat ass beat. I can, but it takes me too fucking long.
Right.
So I do outsource. I've outsourced for about half of my beats. It's probably maybe getting a little over half now. With everything, but I have found a producer that works extremely well with me. As far as when I tell him, I'm like, hey man, this is what I want, out of a beat. This is the sounds, this and that. And it's like that motherfucker just and pulls that shit out of my head, bro. I swear to God. And then bam, here's the beat. Shout out Mr. Good Bars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's a G with that shit, dog, for real. But it came, I started mixing, and I mix and master all my shit now. Because I hear shit, dog. I hear noises in the back, not like voices. But like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes voices, no. But I hear the sound effects and shit like that. And if you hear my music, all those extra sound effects, those screams, all that shit, like that's all edited by me, dog. And I just wasn't getting that same, and like just the different delays and things like that. I do a lot with the production of my music because I want it to be very entertaining. I want it to. I don't want it to be boring, and I don't want it to have a continuously same sound. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wasn't getting my vision out of somebody else when it came to that. So it just took time, and it just got to the point, and I've done it for so long. And I've gotten better plugs and invested into my studio and stuff. And now I make extremely clean music.
Absolutely.
And I do some mixing and mastering for some other people too. So it's been a slow takeoff, but I guess slow takeoff. But I feel like I don't know. A lot of people are telling me that I've done leaps and bounds, man. It feels slow. I feel like it's been a slow road, but like a lot of people are like, "Damn, dude, you've accomplished a lot." I actually went to school out at Lewis and Clark. They did a music production thing out there. I got my degree in music production. I did that.
No kidding.
Yeah, I did that during COVID, actually. Or right before COVID. I did it right before COVID, and then I was finishing up my the last of my whatever semester during COVID. So I got kind of gypped out of because I was gonna do a gospel choir, bro. I was really excited about that for some points, but I ended up running lights and sound to get the remaining credits and shit, which is cool too, though. I just, I was really about it, but it was cool. I got what I needed out of their course, man. I got to learn how to use Pro Tools real well and Final Cut Pro, and I got some killer discounts too off of off of being a student and shit, and getting these programs and shit. There's a lot of being a student. There's a lot of programs out there that'll give you bundles and fucking hella good discounts just for being a student and stuff like that. So,
I want to know that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Anybody's out there coming up, man, you're taking classes and shit, you're trying to produce, man, there's a lot of different places that'll give you, really good discounts.
Go to school, invest in your career.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's cool. All right, man. What inspired you to start making music? Like, what was the click that, hey, I want to do this?
I always wanted to do it, man. Honestly, I've been writing music my whole life, and rapping the beats and shit like that. But I just didn't ever take it serious. And there's a couple reasons why. And one is like I was my own biggest enemy, which is usually the case for most people. But two, I was worried about what motherfucking people would say, bro. For real. I shouldn't have gave a fuck. But I did. And I let that shit like kind of hold me back a little bit. I guess I was timid and shit. I'm sorry. I think it's really funny. Really funny now, though. Because one of the challenges that we have in this community, anybody, it doesn't matter if you're fucking good at what you do or not, man. You're in the Juggalo community and shit, right? You'd be like, hey, man, I do this. I'm a rapper. You're a rapper, huh? You a Juggalo. You are, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So you're immediately behind the 8 ball, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, those were some of the challenges that I was worried about. And then eventually I was like, fuck all, suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? This is what I And if you don't like it, get the fuck out of my way. Because somebody
you do gotta have a bit of a, I don't know, but then again, if you're a juggalo, I guess you should be used to it. But just for an artist, I don't know, I would say you do have to have a bit of tougher skin, though. You gotta be able to take those insults, because some of them are good, bro. They stab in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I laugh about it now because I've always had a tough skin about shit like that. But that was like, my one thing though, because I'm really passionate about it. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. Like, who wants to be like ridiculed over their passion? You know what I'm saying. So that was
right.
Thing like that. And eventually, I just realized that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like a game, actually. If you ain't got haters in your fucking way, dog, you know what I'm saying? You're going the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And you playing a video.
Right.
You've already cleared out the end. Go this way. More haters this
way. Not where there's nobody.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be doing something good if you're catching their attention. They're fucking looking at you. So, for every hater that you got, you really honestly probably got 10 more supporters that you may not even really realize, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, the supporters outweigh the haters more so than a lot of people realize and stuff like that. And that was something. And you got to have confidence in yourself, So, I grew confidence in myself. And that's a lot of it, too. Confidence in yourself, man.
Yeah, for sure. All right, then. How about who do you look up to in the music industry, underground or mainstream, past, present,
Hey,
current, whatever?
that is such a wide plethora of artists, man, for real. Because I've been touched by so many different, like music. There's like this. If it's good and it touches you, man, it doesn't really matter what genre it is. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's a good song and it's good music, I've been inspired by hundreds of artists. I would say some of the top ones, though. Obviously ICP, Esham, 3 6 Mafia, DJ Possible,
Yeah. Woo, woo,
DJ Paul,
woo.
and Gangster Boost specifically out of those. Out of the 3 6 Mafia, Coolio was a really big inspiration to me as a child. Actually, I'm stupid, fucking super big fan of Coolio, man. Like I had all his albums growing up, man. I love that shit, dog. And it was kind of like it's just and like that's another thing where like you're like just in the right, the universe has got you where you need to be type shit. Later on in life, Coolio comes kicking it with the Juggalos and shit, and this and that. I'm like, go fucking figure. This dude I was listening to way before I was listening to the clowns and shit. It's just funny, that he's just hanging out with him later on in life after, I'm done, found him and shit. It's just, I just full circle type shit to me. That's just how I'm thinking,
Absolutely. No, I get it. That's cool. And I appreciate that you say that, you inspire from a lot of people, not just one or, two particular. You like music for sound. It doesn't have to be specific, as you said, to a genre or
yeah. And my
know.
brother, when I was growing up, I mean, little ass kid, bro. He had me listen to the Misfits and Danzig and shit like that, dog. So, like and then my mom, she fucking always had the 50s radio on, you know what I'm saying? So like all those 50s songs and shit, like, like the barber hop type shit, like all that shit's cool to me, man. There's just so many different eras to music and just all the different sounds and shit, dude. And then the rock of the 80s and shit, and just then just the fucking fantastic shit that came out of the 90s. Like God, there's so much just good music, man. Just
Absolutely.
all across bro.
All right, so I like asking this one. Are there any current projects in the work? Or what's next? Like, you got any songs you drop, any EPs, features? Do you do tours? Do you have any shows coming up?
So
Lay it on us.
I got a couple shows coming up. One, Big Relic. I don't know if my dude's still in the chat or not, but he is actually an artist too. And he is releasing his CD, The Relic Within, tomorrow at his CD release party. So I will be actually a performing artist there tomorrow at the Relic Within CD release party, and it's going to be in Springfield, Missouri, or one of those surrounding towns there. So big shout out to Hatchet Mountain Records for putting me on. Those guys, I have a really good working relationship with those guys. Those guys are awesome, really good fucking friends of mine. So glad I met them, dude. Those like my fucking people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I got that one coming up tomorrow. And then last year, I released a small EP called "Love You to Death," and I did a kind of like, it wasn't a CD release party. It was actually, it was just a fucking concert. And I just happened to release this. The CD there at the concert, but we're gonna do that again. So we did the Love You to Death show last year for Valentine's Day. We're gonna do it again this year, Love You to Death 2, part 2. So, and that's gonna be here in Godfrey. Actually, we was working out of the conservatory in Alton, but they're fucking haters, If they were watching, fuck you. We could have had something nice going. I came down there, man, and I did everything they said. all the fucking owners were really cool to me and stuff. I can't even act like Caleb wasn't nice. He was a nice guy. But one of the owners, I guess he just didn't fucking like me. But there were some hoes because they didn't message me back, and now they won't work with me. And it's just because pretty much I'm a fucking juggalo, and they didn't like juggalos in that fucking establishment. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck you.
No shit. See, I don't know what the music industry's like over there because back then I was a kid. I wasn't really like in it.
I can get into pops, dog. You know what I'm saying? And but the thing is, pops is a lot more costly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, the clowns played at Pops a couple times and whatnot.
They until this last show that just came through, they've been playing Pops since the early 2000s. I think the last time the time before that they played, there was the American Theater back in 2001. Yeah, I think it's 2001. And then they started going to Pops, and then there was I think it was the Hawthorne for the Terror Train. But yeah, they've been at Pops. That's my goddamn stomping ground. I love Pops.
Right.
It was really cool to me, man. Pops wasn't working with me at first. And they finally, we did some shows there and stuff, and they seen, I worked with a couple of guys. They seen, they was like, oh, we never worked with you before. We see, and they see that I take it very professionally. You know what I'm saying? And we do a lot of crazy shit with our shows, man. Our theatrics. Like we did a Dead Side Halloween there, and I was throwing we had plastic razor blades and shit and candy and shit we was throwing out, and we had the whole stage. We had a cabin up on the stage, like this pumpkin patch, like this cabin that we built, like. Hey, we pretty much put like this pumpkin patch on fucking stage and shit. You know what I'm saying? And, like we had just all the theatrics there, and they're seeing this and they're seeing all the fucking people come in and shit. And then we like cleaned up all of our fucking shit at the end of the night, and they were like, man, and we kept everything on time. I had everything all fucking sorted out. Like it should be. And they were like, wow, we hadn't really worked. We didn't know how that was gonna go, but so after that they've been willing to work with us since then. So I am working on getting them. I'm gonna be my larger shows. Like we're gonna do Dead Side Halloween every Halloween. That's gonna be one of my big shows, man. Because it's all Dead Side Productions, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing, man. I love Halloween. And
absolutely.
That gives me more, and that's Pops is my hometown fucking venue. You know what I'm saying? I just, I can bring all my props there. The stage is big enough and stuff to fit all that stuff. So, I love it. But, so anyway, back to it. I kind of got veered off there. I will.
No, you're good, homie. This is your interview. As long as you're telling us something that we can learn about you, I'll let you talk. I won't cut you off. Like I said, I got a list of questions, but we're trying to get to know you.
So love you to death too. I'm having it at a local hall down here. I forget what one of these local halls. Anyway, they got us. It comes with a bartender. It comes with a bartender stage. My boy's going to provide the sound. And it's large enough to fit several, a large amount of people. So I mean, it's not like a traditional venue, but it's a place for me to rock, and it's a place for me to rock out here close to home. So. And we wanted to continue to do the Love You to Death shows. And I thought about not doing it, actually. Otherwise, I thought about not doing it. That's kind of why I don't have a larger venue booked for it either. And then people started hitting me up and it was like, hey, you're doing that show again, right?
So then, real quick, do you travel for like shows, or will you travel for shows if a venue wants to book you? Or
3.5 hours to Springfield, Missouri tomorrow. And last year, I was in Middletown, Ohio. All the years kind of get pressed up. So I played in like New Jersey, I played in Pennsylvania, I played in fucking Ohio, I played in Wisconsin, I played in fucking Arkansas. I travel all around, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. I travel around. So I'm trying to get a tour booked up, hopefully for the later part of the summer, probably in like sometime after the gathering, actually. I'm trying to work out a small tour and stuff. So that is something
Okay.
I'm looking forward
to. Moving on. What's one, or maybe give us a couple of your favorite songs that you have made?
Yeah. All right. So The Witch's Ghost is probably, I'm always gonna like say that's probably one of my bangers right there. Excuse me, that I really love, and that's off of Tales from the Dead Side. It's about, it's pretty much just about about a witch, the old, the old, house on the block, it's been abandoned for years, and it's got a story behind it and shit about how she haunts people, makes them do things and this and that, and it's really fun to perform on stage too, man. We come out with the costumes. I burned that. We had we built like this fake campfire and shit this one time with logs and shit. And I took a fan, like a black fan, that I got from fucking, decent sized one. I guess it was about 14 inches across. And I fucking stacked the logs up around it and put a light underneath it, an orange and red light, and put trailers from it. So it looked like it was a fire.
An actual, yeah.
Yeah, we put a fog machine underneath it for fucking smoke and shit. And we had her tied up and we was fucking burning her at the stake and shit, fucking on one fucking show. So it's really fun to perform that song, and the beat comes hard, man, and it's a really good one. So I'm gonna go with The Witch's Ghost for one of them. And then the kind of switching gears is kind of a real theatrical, kind of a sad tearjerker relationship type song, but it's Why Did You Go Away? And it's on Love You to Death. It's the last fucking song on that track. And I just put a lot of fucking heart I put a lot of heart and soul in everything. But that's like one of them fucking, it's like one of them songs when I listen to it, man, it's hard for me not to like, get a little
tear up a bit.
Yeah, man.
Hey, it's all right. We're grown men. It doesn't make you less of a man to cry. Yeah. That's real shit.
You got passion and emotion, and that's good. And the other one is Somebody's Watching Me, and that one right there, it's a reflection of my mental illness. I have problems. I don't like people when they stare at me. Oddly enough, I get up on stage. When I'm on stage, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I get in a crowd and stuff, and I always feel like there's people watching me and shit like that. And it kind of just reflects on it's just real talk. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep mix in some of the realness with my shit, man. It's not all.
Oh yeah,
it's not all smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get it. We all have some demons. Realistically, where do you see yourself or hope to see yourself in 5 years in the music industry? Now, I've heard you mention a couple people. I don't know if that's a label, if you're on a label, if you're not.
No,
if you want to be on a label, do you want to have your own label? Give us your 5-year plan.
So I make music underneath my performing name Krenshaw. It's also, that's like the name I went by my whole life. But no, so Dead Side Productions, that's my record label. That's what I put my music out underneath. Hatchbound Records, that's my homies. That's their record label. We're just in a really good working relationship. I love those guys. Those are my friends. Those are my family. So I'm very thankful that they have me out to do shows with them, and I invite them out to do my shows too. You know what I'm saying? I just now confirmed the motherfucking show today actually with the deposit for the venue and stuff. So they're actually going to be getting a call from me here soon. Tell them that I got a show coming up, and as long as they're available, they're going to be coming down. So
Right, you need to come jump on it.
yeah.
Nah, dude, that's cool that you guys support each other, and it's not like a competition thing.
No, hell no. If you're out there thinking you got to compete with people, you gotta take a step back and look. Yeah, I mean, competition, that's cool, whatever. I mean, you should really just try to build off of each other, man. You know what I'm saying?
Build connections, not competition.
Right. Like,
I mean, you're gonna have somebody that I guess technically, and it's not like you have to even say I'm going up against that person. We're both in this genre. There's this pot of money, and we're all trying to just reach and get a little out of it,
Yeah.
So whatever.
So for like my 5-year plan is just to keep continuously building up Deadside Productions and Crenshaw, and I would like to eventually get more people on Deadside Productions with me. I was working with one other person, but they kind of fell off. So, but there's be others out there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's all I want. I just want people to make music with and enjoy it with, man. And just building up my persona and building up my label and building up my song roster, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it.
A well-rounded artist.
Absolutely. So I know you mentioned earlier that you do a little of like filmmaking or video making, you do a little mixing and whatnot. But my question for you is, if not music, then what? What would you be doing? Would you just be working a 9 to 5, or do you have another hobby or something you're really good at, passionate about?
I want to eventually make movies, like horror fucking movies, man. That's one of my big inspirations. Like when I started Deadside Productions and pursuing my passion with music, I asked myself, I said, how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna do this and make it your own and not look like a fucking, or sound like,
somebody. Right.
And, and it came to me, Deadside Productions, it came to me, where horror movies meet music. Okay, sure, horrorcore. No, it's different. Actually make the fucking, you need to visualize the fucking movie in your mind when I'm rapping, when I'm saying this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm taking real life events, I'm taking movie plots, and I'm twisting them all into one, and then I'm mixing them with fucking music videos too. And my music videos are fucking horror movies. If you want to check out Catching Angels, that's some pretty good stuff there. I like it. We also do what was it? What's the other one? Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't think of the name of my song right now. But I buried my homie in a fucking. We made a cemetery in my homie's backyard. It was great.
Yeah.
We had like the cemetery gating fence. We put it in back by the woods, and I had a coffin and shit. We dug that shit out, and I bought a theatrical fucking tombstone, and I set that shit out there. We buried that motherfucker and put a hole through the top of the coffin, and I got a shot of him reaching up out of the fucking ground. Check it out.
And that's on your YouTube?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So look, at the end of the stream, I'm gonna get every single link that you want promoted and put it in the video description of this stream. So we'll definitely get that, and I'll personally check it out because I only briefly got to check out your Spotify to listen to some of your music and make sure you legitimately had songs. Because I tell you, man, I'll be having artists like, I'm your rapper. Let me get an interview, and they got a song and 2 skits, and I need you to have 3 songs. That's it, 3 songs. But so yeah, no, that's cool.
But yeah, that actually particular music video was really cool because not only I shot that in several different spots. It's kind of like I've got it set up like a comic book page, right? So like in each different scene, there's a page that turns and shit, and it's like a comic book. So like each different scenario is like a different chapter in the book. That's how I got it laid out. So one of them's like takes place in my apartment building that I used to live in. One of them takes place in a pretend cemetery that we built in my homie's backyard. Then we went to an actual real cemetery, and I got all my homies dressed up in fucking latex zombie fucking prosthetics and shit like that, and I got them ripping my guts out. And then I also shot another scenario in one of the fucking boys' homes up here that was out here in the country. Super old fucking place from like the fucking 1800s and shit. Boiler shit in the basement, all kinds of crazy shit on the walls and shit. Dude,
that's awesome. I've always wanted to be part of some production of a freaking music video or whatever like that. I live by a cemetery and I walk through it every day, twice a day, going to and from work. And I'll be taking random ass pictures and shit, but obviously not playing dress up.
But yeah, no, that's... So I'm all about like, you know, the location and the scenes, and like I try to have a really good eye for detail, man. I really hope you guys, I hope anybody who goes out and yourself, anybody who's listening tonight, if you go out and check it, I hope you enjoy it. You know, that's all I hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to entertain people.
Somebody said, laugh out loud. Hopefully, y'all use lots of ketchup for blood.
Real stage blood and corn syrup with red food dye.
Ooh, that's that good stuff. All right. Have you played the Gathering of the Juggalos or been to any? And if so, how many on both accords?
So I have not played a gathering actually. My first gathering was in 2002 in Peoria, and I haven't missed one since.
No kidding. So, like, we could have ran into each other last year, and I wouldn't have even known it. Probably. I'm sorry. No, last year was my first one. Life's been rough, man, and I just found stability in my life the last 5 years. So,
yeah.
Okay. So you haven't performed, but you have definitely been to like everyone almost. Right. All right. If you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be? Mainstream or underground?
Bro, DJ Paul, straight the fuck up.
Yeah, there we go.
I didn't even have to really think about that, bro, because that's like one of like that Nisham, but for real, DJ Paul probably be my first go-to for real. But like him and Isham's like I've had my eyes on them for a while, and it will happen. Like it will happen. You know what I'm saying? Like so. But yeah, that's my. Hey, what's up, Daryl? That's one of my artists, man. He be making up my fucking t-shirt designs. He made this motherfucker right here.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, bro.
It's funny. We're going to loop back to a question that actually relates to that very thing. That's pretty dope. Daryl, whoop whoop. Thanks for coming and supporting your homie, man. I appreciate it. And let me take a second. We've had like 8-10 people in here. Thank you. I fucking love you guys. Please hit that like button. Share it out. Get some more people in here. Hey, get some questions ready. Because we're getting close to where I'm going to ask you guys to put some questions in the chat. So, yeah.
Go and check out my music. Go like and subscribe.
Yeah. All right. So, this question's weird, but I still like to ask it. Just
I like weird shit, so that's all right.
Well, it's just different. Like, you're an artist, right? So you're around other artists. You've been to the gathering, so you've seen plenty of artists. So if you want to mention an artist, cool. Me getting to meet ICP was incredible. But the question is, have you ever met anyone famous to you? And I try to use I met Pauly Shore as my answer. You know what I'm saying? Separate from artists, but if you only met artists, you only met artists.
I'm about to meet Drew Carey actually here in a couple weeks. I'm going to The Price is Right.
Stop it!
I got third row tickets actually. I get to meet him and a model beforehand, so that's cool. But I met Jonah Hill one time in Las Vegas, and he at Juggalo Day in Las Vegas actually, and he was a total prick.
I bet, bro. God, I bet.
Yeah, bro, he was a prick. But I've met a handful of like celebrities and shit like that. I met Chong. He was cool. I don't know, a few other people. I met a few people at the gathering too, and hung out with them, man. Yeah, man. I mean,
no, that I've never had nobody come up here and say they met Jonah. Oh my God, I can only imagine people say that. Like he can be a cool actor, but like he just seems like feels entitled.
Dude, that's no joke. Dude, I liked him as an actor before that, and then after meeting, I was on the old strip too, man. And it was just me and him, and he was just a complete douchebag. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. He asked me what time it was. I was drunk, and then I was like, "Oh, it's on the hill." Like, I'm not who you think. I was like, "Shut the fuck up, dude." I was like, "Quit playing." He's like, "I'm not signing no autographs, and I'm not taking no pictures." I was like, "Bro, I didn't even ask you for a fucking." I was like, "In fact, you're the one that asked me for a goddamn what time it was, dude." I was like, "I just realized who the fuck your fat ass was." Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shouldn't you have like 5 swatches, you rich bastard?
Bro, I got mad. I did get mad, and I started mouthing his ass for real. Like I wasn't being friendly by any means after that. Like,
can't help but to think of 21 Jump Street. That's that shit. Hell yeah, man. All right. Enough with the heavy for a minute. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Mine too. That's awesome. All right. What's your favorite domesticated and wild type animal?
Oh yeah. Cat and probably like a tiger or a leopard or a lion.
Yeah. I would say mine is probably dogs, but I do got a couple cats. They're bobtails. And ironically,
cat person.
My wild animal is a cat. It's a white tiger. They're freaking so awesome. They're not supposed to exist, like their color ain't or whatever, and they'll like draw you in and then kill you. There's no like way around that. They're gonna eat your face. So yeah, I don't know. I love tigers. Let's see here. Looks like maybe maybe 2 questions in the chat so far. Y'all, I'm for real. Put some questions in the chat for this man. While I ask him this question. And you kind of touched down on this earlier, but maybe you can just elaborate on it just a little bit or whatever. But being in the underground scene and being that it's so vast, how do you try to separate yourself from other artists?
With my music and just my my flows and the type and how I present my music. I always try to make sure like I'm not just on any bullshit topic, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of thought into it. And like I said, with Deadside Productions, I wanted to where horror, it's in the title where horror movies meet music. And if you get a chance to really, you get a chance to listen to my music, you can tell, you can tell it's got a different ring to it, man. And I don't know how I accomplished it, man. I just put my mind to it, and I just had this shit coming out of my head, man. You know what I'm saying? And it just Scum actually, he told me, he's like, Krenshaw, he's like, you don't sound like anybody else. He's like, can you make it fucking work, bro? He's like, it's fucking dope. And it meant a lot to me, man, because when he said that to me, man, I was like, bro, like that's exactly what I fucking set out to do. You know what I'm saying? Was like not sound like anybody else. And
right.
And you know, I
And
don't really have a detailed or for sure way of like, you know, being like, this is how I did it. You know what I'm saying? I just did it, man.
You said Scum told you that?
Yeah, Scum told me that. Yeah.
That's a compliment. He's got an awesome, unique voice.
Yeah, he does. And he told me that he was out. I was at a Gore Fest playing with him and stuff. They had me out there. That was really great. That was a really good, great, fun time, man. And yeah, that's when he told me that, and I'll never forget that, man. Like, you know, that really meant a lot to me. And you know, another thing, man, fucking insane poetry. Let me just say something. Let me just give my hats off to this man. He is such a humble and respectable and talented individual, and I am just in awe. I met this man last year at the Flow, and we've just been, you know, vibing. This man put me on his fucking record. Go check it out. It's called The Summoning. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called the track I'm on is called Turn It Up, man. It's fucking off the fucking chain.
I will have to check it out. Insane Poetry is dope, and I agree that he's very humble. He walks around the gathering with no, like, not that he should have to, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't have no regards as in, oh, somebody's going to attack me, or, you know what I'm saying? He's just walking around as a homie.
Yeah.
You know?
He's awesome. And I am just, you know, shout out to him, and I'm just so appreciative of him putting me on his fucking record, man, because that's a blessing. And you know, and it says, you know, it just gives me even more confidence in what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When meeting people like that and vibing with people like
with an OG, you know what I'm saying? That's been in this game for a minute.
You know, I got my good friends over at HMR and shit too, man. Those are, you know, I love the people that I've met and got to work and make music with, you know, and perform side by side. I love all of these people, man. And I can't wait to, you know, continue to meet more people and, you know, do more collabs and, you know, make more music and stuff. That's what it's all about, man. It's just getting out there and having a fun time, you know, and doing what you love and entertaining people, you know.
Right. Real quick before moving on, I actually so at the gathering, I got up in the morning, right, and my homie at camp brought a little mini generator, and everybody would plug in their phones in the morning, you know, get all charged up and shit before the day started. And I had to go use the restroom, and I'm like, fuck, what if I run into somebody? Well, I took a notebook with me to try to get signatures, and go figure, I would run into Insane Poetry and not have my phone to get a selfie with him, but I did get that signature, and he was cool about it as shit. So
hey, I see somebody asked in the chat, they want to know animal, fictional, or real.
yeah, if you could be an animal, fiction or real, what would it be?
Does a vampire count? I mean, because they can, you know, transform into bats and werewolves and all types of shit. They're like a shapeshifter, you know what I'm saying? So,
ironically, dude, that could work. So the person who asked is my old lady. She does digital art, and she does all kinds of drawings. And sometimes when she gets bored or, you know, don't have a project, she'll take one of my artists that I have interviewed and try to, if you know they're okay with it and whatnot, and would like try to draw them as a creature or a character. She drew Ouija Mac for me as a little like chibi character taking a bath in blood, and Ouija shared that shit. Like it was pretty cool. So she always asks this question, and I'm glad that she does. It adds to the plural. You know, so,
I mean, a vampire for real. I mean, you know, because they can turn into werewolves and bats. They're like shapeshifters. They're like a multifunction. I do like the werewolf, and I do like the bat, and I do like vampires. You know, they got like the ability to live forever. You know, they get like stuck at the, you know, a certain age and shit like that. I was really into the Anne Rice novels, man. The Vampire Chronicles. I love that shit, man. Like, some good shit.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right. Next question. What music did your parents listen to, and do you think it affected how you listen or enjoy or take on music?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like my mom listened to old school like 50s music and stuff like that, old school stuff. My dad, man, my dad, he was an older cat. He passed when I was younger, and I don't really remember anything. The only thing I remember music wise of my dad, he had a Johnny Cash A-track that it was.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers probably don't even know what an A-track is. You know what I'm saying? But he had a Johnny Cash 8-track in there. So I'm assuming my pops listened to Johnny Cash, but I didn't get to know him a whole lot like that. But my mom's, yeah, she listened to I did get my dad listened to ICP though a few times when I was younger, though. That was good stuff. But yeah, my mom, she listened to a lot of the old school 50s stuff, and I love that stuff. She also listened to the Doors and stuff like that. She got my brother to listen to the Doors, and then in return he got me to listen to the Doors. And so I got a lot of really good flavor from my mom. Definitely, I wish I could have got to know my dad a little bit better and figured out what he liked. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely. No, I get it. My father wasn't really there in my picture, but when he was, he listened to country and some rock, I guess, and my mom pretty much the same. She definitely wasn't listening to ICP or
See,
rap or horrorcore,
I
nothing like
remember.
that. My brother Donnie is what introduced me to rap music.
Bro,
Like,
I remember I was at a Sam Goody, man, and the Machiavelli. It was the Machiavelli album, and he's on the fucking cross and shit like that, dude. I was like, bro, I was begging my mom to get me this album. She said, "Oh hell the fuck, what the hell, but you ain't good. Here, let's get you some No Doubt." I'm like, all right,
yeah,
I like this.
no diggity. Fuck you, mom. Oh shit, that's crazy. That's awesome though. uh, okay, siblings. Do you have any, and do they support your music?
I only have in my consideration, I have one sibling, and he's passed now. But if
Oh,
he was still
sorry.
alive, he would absolutely be super supportive. He was supportive of everything that I did. He was an asshole. We bumped heads sometimes, but he was always super supportive of me, and he always had my back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Absolutely. Rest in peace to your brother, man. Sorry.
No, 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 no. Good. No, it's good. That's how a motherfucker's memory lives on. You know what I'm saying? Is they get brought up in conversation, and then I get to share his memory with you and everybody else out there. So, he lives on
Absolutely.
by conversation and memory. So, no, don't be.
Mhm. Cool beans. Okay. If you met the younger version of yourself, say 12, 13 years old, what would you say to yourself, if anything?
Bro, cherish it.
Right.
Nah, for real. Yeah, no, I would. I'd be like, hey, man, slow the fuck down. Be a kid. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get to it, because you got a lot to bust it to do when you're an adult. Slow down and enjoy it while you got it.
Right. All that I can't wait till I'm adult or older or
That's
grown,
all.
man.
That's
Throw
all
that shit
bullshit.
away.
Yeah, that's what I tell. I would tell him, hey man, just slow down and enjoy life for what the fuck it is, man. Because you got a whole life ahead of you. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy
Uh,
the time that you're in now. You know.
Absolutely, man. That question's kind of cliche, but I throw it in there because it's a good question. It really is.
You
Like,
know,
if
that's
anything,
a
just to put
fantastic question.
perspective, you know what I'm saying? Because most people are gonna say, "Well, I wouldn't tell myself nothing," because it could change or alter, and that might be a thing, you know.
Yeah.
But some people would at least like give a guidance in the right direction, or and it's all hypothetical, obviously you can't do it, but what would you have said to, well, so yeah. um okay, so this question, whatever. We're gonna ask it. You take it how you want. Answer it how you want. Did the skill come natural? So, like, some people are born with a given talent, and then some people say, I want to do that thing, and they have to practice and put a lot of effort into it, but then they're equally as good and
Yeah.
competitive in that thing. Do you think it came natural, or you?
I think it definitely came naturally. I'm not gonna say I came out the gate and was like, doing what I'm doing now. No, by any means. Practice always makes perfect, even with the best. You know what I'm saying? You only get better with practice. Uh,
Right.
I think no, I think it was a natural thing. Like I said earlier, I hear, it's like a driving voice in my head. I hear tones, I hear sounds, you know what I'm saying? I hear flows in my head and shit like that. And it was a matter of, like taking this flow out of my head and getting my tongue and mouth to fucking, you know what I'm saying, and project out. Because sometimes, taking what's in here and bringing it out here, whether you're drawing it or trying to express it, however you're trying to express it, you want to make sure that you're getting your expression out just how you want it to be, just how you want it to sound, or just how you want it to look. So you really need to, work with yourself and tune in them skills so you can execute it with accuracy. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with practice. But I believe it came naturally, and I'm just tuning it in even better over time.
Come on, bro. I'm actually a huge Crenshaw fan. Sorry, I was just seeing some of these comments. All right. I had something I was gonna say, and oh, okay. Not that I would not that I'm referring to you as Michael Jackson, but in the This Is It movie, there's a part where the dude's talking to him and is like, nobody can hear what you hear. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can hear what you need to hear, so you got to be able to explain that and put that out there. And that's just kind of what that made
Yeah,
me think of, that expression
yeah,
anyhow. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So yeah, that's dope. The next question is kind of a two-part. First being who or what inspired came up with your name, your stage name? How did you come about that? And
Right.
then secondly, I mentioned this earlier, you mentioned a homie, but you can retouch on that. And then who came up with your logo? Do you have an official logo that no matter what it's on, you know what I'm saying, a hat, a shirt, or
Yeah,
something, we know that's Crenshaw?
absolutely. So I got a couple of them here. Well, I'll first touch base. So Crenshaw, that was my nickname I was given growing up. So I had, like, in my little clique of friends back in the day, there was like three Chris's. My name's Chris. And so you say Chris, all of us would fucking turn and look, and like, one of the cats I was hanging out with, he's like, man, this shit's getting old. He's like, we gotta cut this out. He's like, you know what? Your name sounds too close to Crenshaw anyway. That's just your name, man. I'm like, for real? Crenshaw? And that's how it was. I got that name at like 14. Crenshaw, straight up. That's how I got it. So I didn't really know if I was gonna go by that name for a stage name for a long time. So when I came up with Deadside Productions, I just kind of just put music out underneath Deadside until I actually Zane. I was talking to him. He's like, just go by Crenshaw. He was like, everybody knows you for Crenshaw. That's your fucking name. He was like, it's a stage worthy fucking name. He's like, just go by that and separate your fucking goddamn label from your name. And then
Right.
so I started actually just putting it out underneath Crenshaw. So there's two things that I got for pictures wise or symbols and stuff. This one I came up with. Um, myself, and then I had my my tattoo artist and good friend Vinny Bonaducci. He's also the gentleman that puts together the Big Money Hustlers extravaganza at the gathering. But I told him, well, because he's the drawing artist, you know what I'm saying? You want words put together, you holler at me. You want pictures put together, you ask him. I told him what I wanted, and he put it together. And then
we got a little bit of a glare. I mean, if anything, we might get a picture. You got something else? Yeah. There we go. That's better.
So that's on my chain right there. That's my charm.
That's dope.
For Dead Side Productions. I'm sorry. And I'm actually having that redrawn up right now through another artist, and I'm going to have it animated to where you can see like the handle come up. And then I also got the clacker, which is right here. I think you've seen that.
Yeah, that's dope though. I dig it.
And so those are the two for Dead Side. And then I got my Krenshaw logo. One moment. I'll grab my logo.
Yeah. Everybody I want to take a moment to say, hit that like button if you haven't. I appreciate y'all hanging out. This has been a dope interview so far. I think everybody's not going to be for everybody, but let's keep it polite and rolling, hit the like button, share it out, or move along. If you have any questions for him, please put them in the chat. I would love to ask him some other questions. I'm about done with my straightforward questions. So if y'all got any, you can throw some in the chat.
Hey, all right. And this is my Crenshaw logo. You'll see these stickers.
Ooh, we got some slaps, bro. Those look kind of dope.
Yeah. I got a bunch of these. I got a bunch more coming in too. I stick these. They're all over Alton. I hand them out free at the shows and stuff too So, but yeah, those are my logos, man. Those are.
Hey, so do you got a website for like merch?
I'm actually currently in the process of building a site. I will have it here soon. I'm trying to find. I have like this certain idea for a website, like it's going to take somebody with a little bit more skill because it's not going to be your basic website and shit. It's going to be a little bit more interactive. But It's taking a little bit too long for me to find somebody. So, hey, if anybody out there know anybody that's really good at making websites, man, holler at me because I do really need.
I mean, do you want like a serious domain, like URL, Google?
Dude, I want it to be really interactive, like you're going through like a murder house and shit, and like you know what I'm saying, and like you open up different shit. It'll be like open up a closet door, and there's like a fucking skeleton that drops down, it's fucking hanging.
Right, and then here's the info. Yeah,
shit like that. So. Stuff that I can't do. But, if I can't find somebody here soon, then I'm just going to put out something that's not generic, but it looks good just so I can fucking get that fucking ball rolling.
Rolling. I mean, do you sell then, like, though, if somebody hits you up on Facebook or whatever, though, and is like, I want that chain or I want a sticker.
No, I do. I sell merch. I got t-shirts. I got t-shirts and stickers and CDs and shit. I'm about to get more of these produced. This is I've only got a few select. Actually, this is the only
pendants
right now. But I'm about to get some steel ones made up too. So, but I do got shirts and stickers and CDs.
Do you have any beanies? I'm a beanie dude.
Oh, I am gonna get. I have talked to my merchandise guy though, and I have some picked out and stuff. So those will be coming here really soon. So I just gotta go back and get another merch drop. I everything that I do, I put out all myself. I do all my own funding and stuff. So it's
absolutely. Well, once you get your site fixed, you're gonna have to stay in touch with me on Facebook, and we'll get that link too, and throw it in with the rest of the links on this video.
I do have a link tree. Do you?
Well, see, if you got a link tree with everything on it, and once you create your website, if you throw it on that link tree, then we'll just get your link tree link, and that's
Yeah.
what we'll put in the description because I'm sure that has your Spotify and your YouTube and all of that on it too. So
yeah. Oops. Where did shit? Here we go. So I can just put it in the chat.
You can try. I don't know if it will let it be clickable since you're not a mod, but we're definitely going to get it in the description of this video.
Oh, I think.
All right, so then I have one final just regular question, and then we are at the game questions. We have made it an hour and 5 minutes. It's been a great stream this far. I appreciate it so much. Look, it's my favorite fan. They actually stopped by for a regular stream. This is legitimately a troll, my guy, but they have decided to change their ways and be cool. And I don't even care. As long as they don't say the wrong crap, I let them stick around. So I'm Wiggles, and this is Wiggles Sucks. And everybody say whoop whoop to motherfucking Wiggles Sucks.
Whoop whoop.
Wiggles is awesome. What the hell? Pride. Oh, that's what I mean. I just explained it. Pride, you straight, homie. We all good. Do you have a favorite movie? So, like, if I'm put on the spot with that question, my go-to movie is Blow with Johnny Depp.
Friday 13th, Part 3. Or not, Part 2. Part 2 and 3, they're both really good. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Can I only pick one? I'll go for 2. Part 2.
I mean, yeah, that's dope.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Those are my two. Those are my shit. That's my shit. I was deathly afraid of Killer Clowns from Outer Space when I was a fucking kid. I loved it when it came out. Watched the fuck out of it with my brother, and I had nightmares one night, bro, and it was fucking over after that. I was petrified of fucking clowns for years after that.
We got Kill Rob in this bitch. What up, bruh? We cool. Whoop whoop. All right. Yeah, no, that's dope. Okay, so now we have reached my game questions, man. So it's I'm gonna give you a couple multiple choices, and you pick one or the other, or perhaps neither. But that ain't no fun. So try to play along. And we're gonna start with Twix or Reese's.
Reese's.
Ooh, you said chocolate and peanut butter, not chocolate and caramel. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Day or night?
Both are really good.
Both are really good. Living is good. No, I'm not a morning person, bro. I can't. Like, you don't want to deal with me if I have to wake up early morning. I'm a prick, boy. Like, I'm a night owl.
Dude, I wake up at like fucking 4 a.m. and shit.
No, dude, I'm at work at 4 a.m. though, so that's not early. Yeah, that's like at the end of my night.
I go to sleep a lot of times by 9 a.m. But then, like, when I'm up kicking it on the weekends, I'll be up all night with the homies and shit till the sun comes up. So, like I said, like, I like my days, but I like kicking it at night too. You know what I'm saying? So, I like the best of both worlds on that one. I really do.
Absolutely. Truck or car?
Car.
All right. I've always said truck. You can always earn $1 with it. You and your sweetheart are going out on a date. Are you going roller skating? Or are you going to the movies?
Oh yeah, man. Honestly, man, we probably go roller skating because we've been in the movies a lot, and there ain't no place to roller skate around here, and I ain't been in a long time. So, given right now,
do they still got the ice rink?
Yeah, they do. I don't fuck around on no ice, man.
Boy. Yeah, I feel you though. Honestly, that's the only place I ever went ice skating in Alton. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay. Pizza or pasta?
oh, pizza. Yeah, yeah.
uh, the next two are for your fans. Facebook or Instagram? Which are you more active on?
I'm more active on Facebook. I have an extreme neglect for my. Well, I neglect my Instagram, and I have an extreme neglect for my Twitter. So I'm the most active on Facebook, and I think it's just because it's the platform that I'm just used. It's like muscle memory getting on the fucking thing. And it's
Right.
like, I don't know. So many goddamn social media platforms. You know what I'm saying? They would just slip it down a little bit. We could all just use the one.
Can we all just get in one pot and hang out
Right.
there?
You know?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, because the next one I was gonna say TikTok or X, old Twitter.
Yeah, I would probably be Twitter over that. I don't TikTok. I don't.
So like I'm more active on the main three, like that I just said, literally on Facebook. Instagram I don't be posting really unless Facebook posts it for me, their link. So it chooses what is a good enough post to then go to Instagram because it doesn't always post every post. And it let that one ride. And I'm more active on my stories on Instagram for some reason. And then Twitter. I don't know. I was active on TikTok for a while until now it's about to be shut down or whatever. So it's like, nah.
Oh yeah, so they are shutting down the TikTok now.
Well, I mean, that's they said they definitely voted for it, but then Trump made a stupid fucking meme thing about how I might have to save TikTok or I don't fucking know, bro. He wants to change the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America and then save TikTok. I don't do politics. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
so
Oh,
ultimately, we might be losing TikTok. So mainly Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I
I'm sure
do believe
TikTok
though,
made in a few other countries too.
as a social, I don't know, not a social media, but like a digital creator or an artist like yourself, it does do well to be on as many
Yeah.
platforms. Maybe not all the knockoffs,
I will say
but
what annoys the fuck out of me about TikTok is I do have a TikTok. I don't ever post on it because, like, I don't know. Every time I open it up, it's literally just chicks like with like no bra on and flopping around. I'm
well, you
like,
don't like movies.
I'm
Damn
like,
it.
I'm like, what the fuck is this platform for? TikTok. That's what they should call it. TikTok. It's just a bunch of fucking titties everywhere, and that shit's distracting. I look at titties all day. I don't need to look at titties. You know what I'm
I
saying?
absolutely agree. Just don't be talking shit on X, them boy. Don't be hating on them next,
No,
boy.
no,
You
no,
see
no.
all.
I don't hate on.
That's a grown page.
Yeah,
No.
I don't hate on Twitter or X or anything. I actually use, but I use Twitter mostly for cryptocurrency shit. Like that's what I get on there for. It's a really good information platform for cryptocurrency. So.
Hell yeah. All right. Pepsi or Coca Cola?
Coca-Cola all fucking day, dog. Straight the fuck up. You can't beat a Coca-Cola.
If it has to be a Fago, what Fago is it gonna be?
Oh yeah. Right now, black cherry. That's what I've been hitting.
My go-to is firework right now. I'm pretty much on a hook for that. The candy apple's pretty good occasionally, and the dreaming occasionally,
I
but
haven't got a cold one. My homie brought a whole fucking case of the orange dreams to the gathering and shit, and somehow I didn't. I don't know. You know how
didn't even get one. That's that shit, boy. That's that
yeah.
only at the
I did get one,
gathering.
but it was rough, dude, and I didn't taste it for what it was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, the chicken spot down here in Alton, they're up on State Street, and they give you Fago when you get chicken and Fago there. It's great. But yeah, so they got black cherry there, and yeah, I've been hitting the black cherry.
Hell yeah. Pie or cake?
Oh, pie. pie.
Absolutely. I mean, cake is okay occasionally, but usually it's like dry or the icing's too much, or
But yeah,
pie is
I
like that
like
perfect.
fruit too. You know, I really
Yeah.
like fruit and stuff, so you get more of that fruity shit in pies. You know, I like gooseberry pie. That's one of my favorite pies. I don't know if you ever had a gooseberry, but they're like tart and sweet at the same time.
I don't know about no gooseberry. No,
He's
yeah.
they're fucking fire. They're fire.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know about gooseberries. I swear. What's up, Zach?
Zach the Terror! Not that guy, the other guy. Nah. What's up, homie? Whoop, whoop. That's the man. He came up for an interview, I don't know, about a month back or so. Okay. You have to make a 3-mile walk in the rain, or you have to make a 5-mile walk in the desert, provided water and a few shade spots.
Hell no, I'll walk in the rain.
He said, "I'll deal with wet chaps."
You get thirsty in the rain. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even gonna have a bottle of water over your mouth. Put it over there. You get thirsty
Right.
in the desert, you're gonna die.
Man, yeah, absolutely. But believe it or not, I've had a few artists pick the desert over the rain. They're like, I'm not dealing with being wet and chafed. I'll walk the extra 2 miles in the heat. Like
you're wet. I feel
like chafed. Your legs chapping, and you know.
I feel like you would glide more if you.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Mexican or Chinese food?
Oh man, that's like two of my favorite foods for real, man. It's like, I don't know, man. That's one of the same for me. They're like right there with each other for me, man. Like, you know, I could either go to Chinese or Mexican. I've been hitting a lot more Mexican lately than Chinese, though, for real. Mexican, yeah. I would say Mexican probably. Yeah. But Chinese.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I like both of them.
Yeah, that's why I put them up against each other. They're both good. What? I have a question for Crenshaw. Can Carson or Cardi? Can Carson or Cardi? What? Do you understand this question? Is this an inner joke?
I have no idea.
I have a Crenshaw. Can Carson or Cardi? Can you better elaborate on that?
Yeah.
At any rate, so if you did pick Mexican, you did. Tacos or burritos?
Why not Somalis?
Oh,
burritos, but yeah, I like.
Hit me with an alternative. Yeah.
There was this woman, man, down here in Alton, and I haven't seen her fucking grandkids in a long time, but she would fucking make these tamales, and she would fill homemade tamales. She had 3 different kinds, and she'd fill this fucking cooler full and send her fucking kids to the corner where the old mini corral is up there in Alton and shit, and they'd sell all them motherfucking tamales. And I had this woman's number, and Daryl, my artist, lost it, and I never got to get these delicious tamales again. But yeah, best
dang it,
ever, man.
Surfing or skateboarding?
Well, I don't know how to surf, and I don't know. I'm used to skateboard when I was a kid. I couldn't do it now. I tried to jump on a board not too long ago and just bust my ass. But
yeah, I've never surfed either.
I mean, I don't know. I would like to watch some surfing. I ain't never watched no live surfing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna go with surfing because I would like. Not saying that I would surf, but I would enjoy going and watching some surfing, and not just like any surfing. I wanna go watch like the motherfuckers out there on Hawaii. Like I think it's like I forget which shore it is, but they get like them 20, 30 foot fucking waves and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the big
right. Yeah, I would like to try it, but I also don't like the idea of sharks, so I don't know about that. I did used to play around on a skateboard. I could drop in a half pipe, but I never could do no tricks or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Would I get on a skateboard today? Yeah, but I wouldn't do a whole lot the same. So yeah. Your boy Loco TV, what, dude? That dude's pretty tight. We're about to have an interview tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
All right. So you're given $5,000 cash, but you have to pick one store and spend it immediately. Where are you going?
I'm going up over here to Hugs on the corner, and I'm putting it in the crypto machine.
Oh man, you really invested in crypto like that?
Bro, you don't even know how much money I made off that motherfucking market.
No, that's dope. I believe it or not, I profited. I literally bought like $2 of Bitcoin before anybody even really was investing, and then I forgot about it for like 4 years and re-downloaded the app, and they're set like $30 for me, bro. I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's no joke. Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made out there with that shit, dude. I mean, there's a lot of scams out there too, bro.
Yeah.
I've been investing in this shit for a long time, and like I'll invest in some shady shit, dude. Like it's like a gamble, bro. You know what I'm saying? With like the meme coins and shit that launch off and like pump and dumps. It's like going. It's no different than putting your money in a goddamn, a fucking little slot machine thing and shit with some of them. But then you got other ones that are really good though that have actual, utility and stuff like XRP and. Where you could fucking send it across the fucking world in a matter of seconds and then put it right into your bank account. You know what I'm saying? So there's total utility for it. But we're not talking about crypto.
yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. So I got 3 fill in the blank questions for you. The first fill in the blank question is, my favorite vacation was blank.
Oh, yeah. Well, my dad took me to the Wisconsin Dells.
Hell yeah. I love that. That's your favorite vacation. Like that memory when you said you didn't, your dad passed away when you were younger. So I think that's cool that your favorite vacation was with him. I can't really recall. We didn't do the vacation thing as a kid, and like living down there by Wood River and stuff. Sure, we went to Six Flags a couple times, but that wasn't vacation. That was just going across the river. You know what I'm saying?
Say that because that was the only vacation I ever went.
Yeah, well, we're living, baby. So we never packed up and went to another state or some shit, or
Yeah.
even though that was another state, but it was, it ain't. It's right there.
Right.
But yeah. All right. The bicycle I had most as a kid was blank.
Dino Comp.
Ooh, okay. Right out the gate, he had it ready. Bike I had most was probably a Next or a Mongoose, but I think like my first 20-inch bike notable was like a red Huffy Rocket Power.
I still got that motherfucking comp frame at my mom's house. I need to go get that.
Oh, dude, bring it and hang it on the wall, baby.
Oh, yeah.
That's that shit. Hell yeah. Well, you said you haven't been, but freshwater or saltwater, the best part about the beach is blank.
Oh yeah, I've been to the ocean. I just haven't seen.
Oh.
So what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Just what's the best part of the beach to you?
The scenery.
Yeah, that's what you would think would be the go-to, Ancy. Nah, I dig it. Absolutely. I've never been to the ocean. I've only been to some pretty big freshwater lakes and whatnot. And for me, it's just being there, being in that moment, realizing there's nothing bigger than Mother Nature. You can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? The surrealness and just letting go and being almost vulnerable to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a weird hippie, maybe. That might be my thing, but really, you know.
There ain't a
So,
normal motherfucker out there, man. I always tell people that. They'd be trying to say, like, you're weird. I'm like, you know, I'm weird. That's fine. I know. But you
right.
are too. In fact, I ain't met a normal fucking soul in my life.
Right, what's normal? What is normal, motherfucker?
The people that try to pass off as normal, them are the motherfuckers that I'm like, what you got going on?
Right.
I'm like,
What are you puffing on? Who you talking to when nobody's looking?
Yeah. The ones that embrace it and know it and just can truly be themselves, man. You know, that's a real motherfucker. The ones that try to hide behind a false image or you know, some kind of, you know, thought of what they think should be normal is, what are you doing? You know, I don't know. They got their priorities fucked up.
Absolutely. Listen, man. You've been a weird. No, you've been an interesting guest up here on the panel, and I thank you for taking the time out of your night on just a random splurt, man. I didn't give this guy no chance, y'all. Like, I just swill tagged him. I messaged him. Dudes at work. I'm like, hey, let's run it. And he said, okay. That was fucking beautiful.
I'm about it, man. I'm for real. Like, motherfuckers want to collab with me, dude. Send me some music. I'm like, yeah, if I'm about it, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I get it done. There's nothing like living in the moment, man. You know, it's like, when else are you going to fucking do it? You might not be here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow isn't given. So do what you need to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chaos Orchestra. Thank you for listening to my fucking music, man. I hope you enjoy it. Check out my music videos too. If you would. I appreciate you. I sent you my link tree. I'm on all I think I sent it in our private chat. I'm on
I see
I'm on all streaming services, so I'm not hard to find. So I'll be doing it if anybody's in the Springfield, Missouri area. Tomorrow, I will be with my friends from Hatchet Mountain Records doing a show, and then here in Godfrey, Alton, Illinois, February 21st, which is a Friday, I will be having "Love You to Death" Part 2.
Absolutely. Any last minute shout outs? You just gave some, but if there's anybody that you haven't mentioned or, you know, your label, whatever, go ahead and shout that out. Again, folks, we are going to get his link tree. He sent it to me, but I'm going to be sure to have it. It is going to be put in the description of this video, so you can instantly go click on it and start checking out his music sources, his socials, and he said he's eventually going to make a website for his merch and stuff like that. You know, just go show some love, tap in.
So shout out to everybody that showed out tonight, man, and was giving us a watch, giving my music a listen to, showed up for Wiggles and shit, man. Y'all are shit, y'all are what make us entertainers, entertainers. So big shout out to y'all. Shout out to my girl Cora. She's my stage manager too, man. She be making sure motherfuckers be in and out of the costumes and on and off stage and shit like that. She just got to put up all the costumes and shit, getting ready for tomorrow, man. She's down sleeping in the recliner and shit. It'll probably being too loud. And shout out to Daryl and Justin too. They're my other two homies that's in Dead Side Productions, man. We're a team. We're all a team. Me, Cora, Daryl, and Justin, man. We put it together. We put the shows together. We do all the rehearsals and screening and all that shit, man. Without them, it wouldn't be as entertaining as it is, So I want to give all them motherfuckers a shout out, and then a shout out to everybody that has been supporting me, this whole time. So thank you.
Day one, motherfuckers. Whoop whoop. Yes, that's awesome. And I like to end all my streams the same, man. Tell somebody you love them. Life is too short. You don't know who needs to hear that shit. And it might be you that helps them out. You might get them through their day, put them on a different course from the way they were thinking, where their mindset was.
People, whether you realize it or not, you know what I'm saying? So you should always try to, you know, put your best foot forward and impact people in the best way possible.
Yeah, so yeah, just tell somebody you love them, take care of each other, and until next time. Well, no, actually, let me give my last minute shout out. 9 people in here. We got 2 interviews tomorrow too, so come back, come hang out with me while we go interview. We got Zach the Terror, or not Zach the Terror. Yeah, Zach Terror, and we got who else? Your boy Loco, I think, or whatever. Zach Tier, not the Terror. We already interviewed him. Zach Tier, different person, and your boy Loco. Come fuck with me tomorrow. Whoop whoop. I love you guys. We out.
Much love. Peace out.